What is up, guys? Zakin here, and in today's video, I will be sharing with you exactly how to pull the pre-foreclosure and probate list free and absolutely online right now, today. Guys, this is a live video. So if you have a market you want me to pull these lists in, I'm going to show you right here in Florida how I'm able, with an internet connection, where I'm able to go out here and pull this list absolutely for free for anyone, really. And the main point of this video is for two main reasons, right? And I think for a lot of wholesalers out here, if you can get a really like a big action-packed 1-2 punch type list that is free, easy, and really, in my opinion, that has the greatest urgency for wholesaling real estate success. I know a lot of people, they don't want to deal with sellers that aren't urgent, or they don't want to sell, or everyone's going after this list, right? I'm going to show you a list where most wholesalers, honestly, they don't really go after this list too much. They don't go too crazy at this list. And really, these lists are really motivated, right? And this is going to be the pre-foreclosures and the probate. So the two P's in wholesaling real estate, because y'all know we're pushing P today. And when we're always pushing P, free Gunna, obviously. And we are really going to do the big P's of wholesaling real estate. This is probates and pre-foreclosure. And really, that's what we're going to do. And we're really going to share exactly how to do it the right way. So what I'm going to do is give you a step-by-step guide. And really, y'all can just hear me talk about pre-foreclosures and probates all day, but why don't you just watch me do it live? And this is what I like doing, right? I like clicking the live button and unveiling the curtains of wholesaling real estate. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you exactly, in I think under 60 seconds, the second biggest county in the third biggest county in entire Florida, pretty quick. And then I'll show you how under 60 seconds, how I'm able to hack that code really quick. And it's actually something you probably don't know about. And there's these secret hacks on how to pull the pre-foreclosure and probate lists that you're not going to know about. And also, because these hacks I've been able to unlock for you guys, I can show you how to pull liens and all the other fun stuff too. But we're going to focus mostly on pre-foreclosures and probates today. But really what I want to do is just show you how they work and really unveil the curtain, because most gurus, again, I say this a million times, but it's true, they'll charge you thousands of dollars to learn this exact information I'm giving you absolutely for free. And this is what I want to do. I really want to give the knowledge to the people. Knowledge is going to be the power for you guys to become successful, right? A lot of this knowledge was out here being shunned and hidden away, and the secret's coming out today. So I'm really excited. I'm really jacked up. I'm pumped up, and I'm ready to go. So without further ado, before we get into it, do us a big favor. You already know what to do. Like, I think everybody on here knows what to do, but just a reminder for y'all, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, comment below your questions, and I'd love to help you guys out. And without further ado, if you're excited, like if you're ready, I want everybody to get a tab open on their computer right now, so we can kind of do this walkthrough right now of exactly what to do in wholesaling real estate, so you actually know the entire steps for yourself. I think it's going to be really exciting for some people. So make sure you all get your computers, get your tabs open so you can follow me. And I'm going to try to go as detailed as possible. The first question we have to ask ourselves before we pull the pre-foreclosure and the probate list is, first of all, what is a pre-foreclosure? I think this is the first question we have to ask. So before we pull the list, I want you guys to understand what the list really is, so we can reverse engineer and actually figure out how we can actually pull it, right? So a pre-foreclosure, and this is a very rough guide to pre-foreclosures. Like, this isn't, I want everybody to know, like, this isn't like the legal definition per se, but this is a rough, how my weird brain works, is pretty much what a pre-foreclosure lead is going to be. It's going to be somebody that's behind on mortgage payment. Now, how much behind are they on mortgage payments? Every bank's different. Every mortgage is different. Every county, every stinking city sometimes different with this, right? Because the court and the proceedings with everything. But pretty much what you need to know is pre-foreclosures is basically a list of people that are not paying their mortgage payments, which is a mortgage. I think everyone knows what that is. But if you don't know, it's basically a loan you get to buy a house. So most people, when they buy a $300,000 house, they don't buy a house for 300. They put maybe 50, 60 grand down, and then they get financing on it, right? And then they get mortgage payments. That's, I believe, 70% of homes, up to 80% of homes have mortgages on them. And when you don't pay in a month and they don't pay the second month, you get angry letters from the bank. And then eventually you stop paying. Usually it's 3 to 4 payments I've seen. Now, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but usually about the second, third, or fourth payment, they're going to start the pre-foreclosure process. Now, we actually at freewholesaling.com have some really cool handy charts. So I'm going to go into freewholesaling.com to show you, and not to go tell you that freewholesaling.com is the best free real estate wholesale plan, because you already know it is, but just to show you that in freewholesaling.com, we literally have everything you possibly need to know on exactly how to really do everything. So right here, we actually have our pre-foreclosure section at freewholesaling.com. And I'm just going to pop up a big graphic we have at freewholesaling.com. Everyone's in freewholesaling.com, so I think y'all already understand that. Ooh, we got the background for the pod. We do know today. All right. So this is basically the pre-foreclosure process, okay? And I want people to understand we are at freewholesaling.com. So this is kind of where we're at. These are the modules, everything like that. No guru can even come close to this stuff. But on the bottom right-hand corner, freewholesaling.com. Now, if you look at the pre-foreclosure process, this is basically what a pre-foreclosure is. Now, a pre-foreclosure really starts with a couple stages. We have the pre-foreclosure. This is basically 1 to 3 months, 1 to 3 missed payments, angry letters from the bank. They go, rah, 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 I'm angry at you, blah, blah, blah. Start paying. This technically hasn't started any nothing has really started, right? They're just being angry at you, right? And obviously, if you don't pay for 2 months, you're going to have to pay the 2 months on the third for them not to be angry with you anymore. But the bank's going to be angry, right? And so nothing really happens the first 3 months. And unfortunately, 120 days. So this is going to be month 4, usually the pre-foreclosure process starts. And this is when the bank starts doing some crazy stuff. They do what we call a notice of default. Sometimes they'll even put a list pendants on the property. And this is all legal terms. You don't really have to understand too much to get started on pulling this list. But pretty much what it is, it's showing the court system that, hey, we are formally starting the process of taking the asset over the property because the person that we've given the loan to has not paid it. And so we're just taking the property back, and that's what they're doing just to protect themselves. And when you sign a mortgage, you agree that if I don't pay, that you guys can take, basically you can take the property back. So about 120 days. Now, everybody thinks after the 4th payment, the sheriff comes in day 120, kicks you out of the house, leaves you on the street, and you're screwed, right? It doesn't happen like that. It's actually a very decently long process. I've seen people stay in a house for 2 years from a pre-foreclosure. And because of the panoramic, there's people still 3 years in, right? So everywhere's a little different, but you don't hit the pre-foreclosure process until the notice of default has happened. Now, a foreclosure is at the end here, and we'll talk about the end really quick, but a foreclosure is basically when the bank just literally takes it over. Like the bank owns it now, it's foreclosed. It's basically closed, but they don't have it anymore, right? Now, there's this little thing here, and you see pre-foreclosure right here, and then you see auction date set. There's a little thing in the between. So when they do the notice of default, they go through the court process, and then the courts basically for a couple months, 3 to 4 months, maybe even 2 months, the court's like, okay, got it, perfect. We're setting the auction date, and this is the date that the property is being auctioned off. And the bank will auction off. The bank just wants their money. They don't really care about the asset. Now, sometimes the bank takes it if it doesn't get auctioned for the right amount, but sometimes the bank will just take it over without an auction. But there's usually a date set where the property is going to change hands, and the person's got to get out usually during the auction date. Now, between the pre-foreclosure and the auction date, or the date that the bank's taking over the property, the date where like it's the end date, right? Clock's ticking. There's this thing where we call the wholesaling window of time. Now, the wholesaling window of time is between the pre-foreclosure, all these court filings, and the date the person's getting out of the property. There's this wholesaling window of time on where we can actually pull the list, sign a contract with the seller, get it assigned to a cash buyer, and get it sold, right? Because sometimes you never know with a pre-foreclosure. Maybe it gets auctioned really bad, and maybe the seller doesn't get as much money as they want. They have to go through the shame of an auction, eviction. A lot of people don't want to do that, right? This is also what we call the short sale time window, and 95, maybe even 97% of properties aren't going to be in this short sale time window, so don't worry about that. But if you have a short sale, which basically means the property, there's more owed on what the thing's actually worth. So really, any property bought in the past 3 months that no one's paying on, which there's obviously those situations, that would be a short sale, but that's for a different day. And then basically auction date, once the auction date's set, it's a lot harder to save the deal, but you still can. Most sellers will want to sell the deal like a week before the auction date, and it's very hard to do that, right? Now, the last part here is the foreclosure auction or REO. REO is real estate owned. Pretty much that means the bank owns the property. Now, I'm not the expert on this. I'm not the legal. Seek an attorney, lawyer, whatever, if you want to get the perfect terms for it. But basically, the bank wants to sell for what is owed at the minimum. Most sellers will deal with you 3 to 7 days before the auction. Sometimes there's a redemption periods, which means the person can take back the property, but that's very rare. That's mostly for tax, you're not paying taxes, but that's for most people, you don't have to worry about that. But just so we understand what a pre-foreclosure is. Now, I know this is an excruciating detail, but I want you guys to understand what type of list you're pulling, because when we understand what the list is, this makes me understand a little more of what I'm pulling, because I don't want you guys pulling a pre-foreclosure without actually understanding what you're pulling. I think a lot of newbie wholesalers actually do this, and I think you need to be knowledgeable for the process, because you're dealing with people and their families and you want to help them out. And really, I know it sounds naive for me to say, but like, it's not that complicated once you get like really into it and once you start understanding it. Now, we have a full 2-hour breakdown of it, and I don't want to get in the full legal breakdown today on it, but just I want you all to understand that we have it up for wholesaling.com. That's where the best information of it and all the module stuff like that is there. Now, speaking of freewholesaling.com, the question is, what is a probate, right? And this is a question best answered by Rick, right? But like, a probate is, now I'm butchering the legal terms, and the lawyers on here are going to absolutely have a field day with me. And my lawyer basically always tells me to tell everyone to seek legal advice, all this stuff. Don't sue me. All right. Don't sue me, bro. But really what a probate is the legal process of determining the ownership of a property, or the legal process of the commencement of assets, or whatever is in an estate or will when someone passes away, which in layman terms basically means when somebody passes away, the property doesn't instantly go to the next of heir. This isn't like king or queen, okay? This isn't like, oh, the father died, and so the son now is automatically king. Here's the coordination. We have the whole fancy ceremony. No. All right. Somebody passes away. Somebody doesn't automatically get the property unless their name's in the deed. You have to go through a court process. And so the judge has to be like, all right, is there a will? Who is next of kin? Who gets this house? Because if you pass away and you have $1 million house, like, who gets the house? Do I get the house? I'm not related to you, but can I get the house? No. Hey, the son gets the house. Even if there was any, even there is any will or anything, like, it usually goes to next kin or a family member or something like that. So the probate process can get a little daunting, but the legal definition is probate. Pretty much if somebody passes away, that's the way we're doing it, right? Probate is the analysis and transfer and administration of an estate's assets previously owned by a deceased person. That's pretty much what it is. So really what this means for us in wholesaling real estate, how we can actually make money in wholesaling, is if somebody passes away, usually the heirs, they don't want to own or live in the house. Okay. Like, there's a lot of emotional attachment with the property, and really they just want to get rid of it. And a lot of these properties are just sitting for a while, and they just want to get rid of the property. And the sons and daughters and the heirs, and a lot of them live out of state, and they just don't want to deal. Like, can we just get, I hate to say it, but like, they care about some personal possessions in the house, but to be honest, they just want the money for the house. They don't really care about the house, kind of like a pre-foreclosure. And so if you can offer a quick cash sale and they don't have to deal with the stressful probate process, and they just want to get rid of the situation, which a lot of people are, you're good to go. Now, I want everyone to understand 95% of probates should want the most for the house. What does that mean? So if, someone's aunt passes away and, the niece gets the property, it's a $500,000 house, 95% of the time, the niece just, hey, I want the most for the house. I want the most money. Money's all I care about. And really, I don't care about getting, I just want money. I want the most money. I want a realtor. I want to go. That's okay. That's most people. And I have no problem with that. Now, if the aunt had this disgusting, decrepit rental property that is just disgusting, it's worth like $100K, it needs all this work, and they just want to get the cash, they don't want to deal with it, it could be a good deal. Like, okay. And really, that means 5% of the probate list is up for grabs for us. And I would say probably 10, 15 for pre-foreclosures. And really, that means most of these deals aren't going to be good for wholesaling. But if you can deal with the 5%, it's a lot. That's a lot of deals, because get 100 pre-foreclosures in a month, that's up to 15 leads you can get. And if you get 100 probates, that's like 5 really good leads, which one of those is going to be a good deal. The reason why I love probate so much is there's a lot of motivation with them, and not everyone's a deal, but the ones that are deals are huge ones, right? Like, we had Benji yesterday hop on. Shout out to Benji. He closed after 5 months a $50,000 assignment fee. He had a check out the live stream yesterday. $50,000 check to him. Amazing. All right. So shout out to Benji, shout out to him. And he's a big reason why I decided to live today. I'm like, you know what? If Benji make 50K, how about we help you make 50K too? Okay. We just don't want to help him out. All right. But like, guys, if somebody can watch this video and just start pulling the probates, I promise you it's worth it. Maybe 50 people are going to start deciding if they don't want to. And the reason why, because we had Benji hop on, did 50K, and then we had John hop on yesterday. And John, I think he's in New Jersey. He was like, no fault to him, but like, he was like, I can't pull the probates in Toledo. It's impossible. I'm virtual. I can't do it. And he had that in his mindset. And basically what I did was I just literally, this is another reason why I decided to do this live today. I just literally popped up Lucas County, click on the court, boop, 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 did my little hacking thing. And I shared it on my screen and I pulled the probates for him. And I'm like, see, you can pull the probates too. And that was a huge mindset shift for him. Like, wait, I can pull the probates, liens online free, really simple. Because his biggest concern was, hey, there's so much saturation in this market. I'm like, it's not saturated. Your marketing's off. Like you're in the same pond as every other wholesaler. There's like 50 ponds over here that no one's fishing in. There's a ton of fish in them. Why are you going after the pond that everyone's at? And that really shifted his process. And so we're getting the important questions, what's the process to pull probates? Like, how do I do this? And I get people excited, right? And the reason why I get you excited because I've shared some $100,000 deals I've done in wholesaling real estate, and 95% of them have been probate. And this is why I love telling people to do probates. And I feel like I'm selling you a probate course. Like I feel like I'm selling you this $1,000 program. Hop on a discovery call, but like it's free. Like I got nothing to sell you. Okay. So you know what? I got you guys excited. I got you guys pumped up. So let's just get into it, right? Let's just get in. So I kind of told you what it is. School of Hard Knocks. You can't pull probates in Kansas. That's a shocking because I helped Corey Casey. She pulled probates and we helped her do it. And I did it live in front of her. You can pull probates in Casey. School of Hard Knocks. You have you have a mental barrier in your head right now of why you can't do it. This is my favorite one. You can't pull probates here. You can't pull probates here. You can't do this. You can't. The can't mentality is the worst thing that plagues wholesalers. I can't get this deal. I'm not good enough. I can't do it. All right. I'm going to do this really nicely for you. School of Hard. I'm not saying this mean, but like as long as people are passing away, there will be a probate. There's $1 million houses in Kansas and people aren't just picking them up for free. Okay. The heirs get them. There's a probate court. And so let me do one quick proof. Okay. Probate court, Kansas. Oh, snap. And so I just want to show everybody here, just so we can kind of dispel the myth that there's no probates in Kansas. And I know a lot of you guys don't even think Kansas exists, but here's a website from the Kansas Judicial showing proof that, there's probates are real in Kansas. Shocker. That's just proof really quick that probates are real there. So it's kind of funny. All right. So now we know what a probate is. So let's break down why we have to do this list, right? So pre-foreclosures, they're motivated. You get really good deals. Pre-foreclosures, I just want you guys to understand with the marketing. They're not good cold calling lists. They're really good for reverse transfer dollars and texting and some direct mail because they keep getting hammered with loan sharks people. Probates are good for cold calling though. So a little yin and the yang, one for virtual, one for in-person. So I kind of been talking about this forever. Let's get into actually how to pull the list, right? So how do we do this? Now I want everybody to watching this. Let's start working with me here. I want you guys to just do this. Okay. So let's write this. All right. County. I want you guys to make 2 tabs. So I want everybody, whatever market you're in, whatever virtual market you're in, I want everybody to do this with me. Okay. So we can do this together. I want y'all to put your county in there or your municipality, parish, if you're in Louisiana, whatever it is, put your county, probate court, and just click search. Go to Google. So if you're in Toledo, write Lucas County Probate Court. And then the other tab, put whatever county clerk of court. That's all you got to put. All right. Like for 95% of people on here, 99, honestly, that's probably what it's going to be. Okay. So let's the people get that for a second. Let's search it up and we'll do it. Now, it's not as complicated as it seems. Okay. And now Trevor says the foreclosure sales are posted on the newspaper. That's great. But we want to get the pre-foreclosure before they're even posted because it's a little harder when it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here into Google and I'm going to search the Palm Beach Probate Court. All right. So now we're here and I just searched the Palm Beach, actually my bad, County Probate Court. Now there's the first one here. And we'll just search this one. This is probate of estates. Now we are in the probate court here. So I'm just doing Palm Beach County. And I kind of even know how to, I remember pulling this a while back because I got VAs doing it, but we're doing this live. So we're all going to figure this out together. So this kind of talks about probates and how they work and the laws, which is kind of pretty cool. But right here, I can do, so the clerk of the court is actually already in the probate section, which is actually pretty easy for me. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go, there's here search now, official records or court records. Now there's 2 of them in Palm Beach. So it's whatever one you really want to do. In my personal opinion, I actually like the public records are actually the easiest, but it's up to you. So let's do court records first. I know for a fact public records are going to have it, but let's just do the public records. I'm not a robot. Submit it. So here's the biggest issue we have. This is where most wholesalers get stumped when it comes to pulling probates. Oh, shoot. I want to search the case, but it's going to probably require me a name, right? And that's not good. And so we can go to case type. So court types. I'm going to go to probate and case type. I can do any type of probate. I'm going to keep all the probates on here. Now, the coolest part is I can do probates that are over $1,000 or under, which is kind of nice. But file date, let's just do the year. Let's do 12/01 to 12/2/01 12. All right. So we just put past 21 days kind of on this, and I'm just going to click search. And so, oh, okay, it popped up pretty easy. All right, so basically what popped up here, I'll put my face away from this, but pretty much it pulls the probates. And pretty much what this is, there's open probates, closed probates, all this fun jazz. Now, I'm in Florida, so you already know we got a lot of old people in Florida, so there's a lot of probates. It's the probate, pretty much the probate capital of the world in the United States. But pretty much I go through here. It looks like here that a Leo Presser died, unfortunately. So I'm going to click case number here and really get some information. This is guardianship, probate, party names. All right. So decedent right here is Leo Presser. Judge. So we got two petitioners. And so petitioner, personal representative, those are most likely going to be the heirs. And so these are going to be the people that are wanting the property. Now, this is the person that passed away. Now let's go to documents and cases and see if I can get some more information about it. Let's see. So it looks like Cheryl Rubin and Deborah Goldwasser paid for the funeral bill. So they want the will. Okay. So interesting. Court events, case info. Do I got any more? I'm not getting too much info. And unfortunately, you don't really get too much info with a lot of these things. So, all right, no big deal. So all I know that Leo Presser died. So I don't have the PR's information here, which is fine. Not the biggest thing in the world. Can I click these? No, that's not going to work. All right. So basically what I can do here is I can just figure it out. So I looked at the Leo Presser guy died. So all I'm going to do is just search the Palm Beach County Clerk of the Court. Okay. So let's go to Palm Beach, actually property appraiser. So we're going to see if the guy even owned property. So all I'm going to do is search this dude that passed away, unfortunately. Where's party names? All right. Got Leo Presser. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't own any property there. So no big deal. We can go to the next one. All right. Let's go to search criteria, search results. So I click search, go back here to search results. Let's go here to this person. All right. Party names. It looks like, so this is a little easier because it looks like an Adeline Borgia passed away and that a Carl Borgia is the petitioner. So that makes it actually a lot easier, okay? Because once you know that, it's definitely a family member or someone related, which is fine. So all I'm going to do is put them in the property appraiser and see what we get. Looks like there's an Anna Adriana. All right. I can't get specifics on this one. So I'm just going to keep search. Honestly, I'm just going to search these and see if any of them pop up. So Marsha Cutler. There we go. All right. So right here, Marsha Cutler, I searched it up on the property appraiser. Seems like she owns some real estate. And so all I'm going to do is go here. And so it was Marsha Cutler. So where is it again? Marsha and Arthur Trust. So they own this house in Boynton Beach, Florida. So we got this one. So this is the piece of real estate. So it's already in a trust, which is fine. They own the property since 2002. Jeez. All right. So this property is assessed for 324. So my guess worth probably $500,000. Let's see if I got that right or not. I'm just guessing Zillow has it for $500,000. And so unfortunately with this property here, okay, y'all gonna imagine that y'all gonna think I scripted this. It's basically under Zillow is at $500,000. Now they got it for 525. And unfortunately, this is part of the 95% of probates that just listed it instantly. I mean, heck, the probate got filed today and it's already on the market, which is kind of crazy. But this is probably because the husband probably lived there, so he could have done it. Usually they couldn't really do too much on it. But yeah, just like, for example, looking at this probate property, like a decent house right here, right? Not bad. So unfortunately, like you see this house, this is not a property that looks conducive for a probate. I think everybody knows that. Like you don't see this and you're like, oh, this is a motivated property right here, right? Like, no. Okay. Like, look at this thing. 3.2, 1,700 square feet. I mean, the kitchen's a little outdated, but it's really clean. And a lot of older people are very clean with their property. So, I mean, there's not much we can do there. We're looking here. I mean, I don't really see much here. Like, I just look in here. I mean, this is a mess. I mean, it's too nice of a property, right? Like, this is not something we want to wholesale. So we don't like that. No big deal. A little clubhouse right there too. That is definitely not a wholesaling deal that we want to be doing. But I go through the probates all day. That's pretty much what it is. Now, Jason, like some of these probates are filed like weeks, like literal weeks before the probate's even filed. The ugly houses usually aren't like that. So I wouldn't really get concerned over that, but always a little interesting when I see that, right? But hey, no big deal. So let's go back here to the probate. So, I mean, it's pretty simple, guys, right? Like we're going here. I look at the property. I look up the property appraiser. And so, for example, if I wanted to do this, I got the party names. So it looks like a Mitchell Cutler is the trustee. And so if I want to go mail to him, right? So all I'm really going to do is just search Mitchell Cutler. And there's a couple of ways I can do I could skip trace Mitchell Cutler. Now the docket's information is not giving me his information, which is fine. Usually you sometimes can get it if you honestly. Let's actually do another hack. Let's go to the public records and see if we can actually find something from there. So let's go back here. Hold on. I'm going to search Palm Beach County public record. All right. So y'all can see here, I am. Ooh, all right. Hold on. There we go. All right. So this is Palm Beach County public records. So I literally just do the first thing that pops up. Now, you remember we just played through the court records. Let's go through official records. And going through official records, most likely name's the best one, but it's probably going to want a name, and that kind of stinks. So it needs a name required. So we're just going to go back here. And what we really want to do instead is just go by document, because documents can be the best one because we want to search by type of document. See if this gives me a waiting screen. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to do name. Oh my gosh. Come on. This is your government at work, guys. All right. So I'm going to go by document type instead. Now it wants the document type, which is fine, right? Thanks. All right. Let's try it out. Let's go to probate. All right, cool. Yeah, that worked out. Let's do probates in the last 30 days. I'm not a robot, I promise you. And click submit. Okay, so this is a little easier. All right, so this is going to not be the court records, but the public records for the probates. So I can get a little more information from it. And pretty much what I can do here is just search, like I can get real info. So let's just click this one randomly. This is from the Nicole Christine guardianship. So I could see Nicole Christine passed away. Now, Florida's got some interesting laws with public records specifically. So unfortunately with this one, I actually have to visit the county office to actually see the document. But the Florida law has something about viewing stuff on the internet. Now, some counties don't have this, but some do. They're very weird with it, but you can't see it on the internet. But you can go in person and get it. I want people to understand that. So no big deal. I can go back here. And so I can go back to document type. Let's try a lien really quick and just see. Oops, that work? And no big deal. All right. So the probates will actually show me on them. But the one thing you got to understand is, so like, let's go back to probates really quick. Oh my gosh. It's the last 7 days. Beautiful. All right. So let's try Gordon Samuel Estate. So this stuff won't pop up, but here's the one thing I want y'all to understand. That's pretty cool. That because this stuff's not popping up, but the legal document's right here. And what does that mean? The parcel ID is actually right. So I can click this link. Does it give it to me? Oh, wow. That's really cool. Hold on. No, it just gives me a link to the property appraiser, which kind of stinks, but whatever. All right. But it gives me the property right here. So I can just copy this property, go to the property appraiser, paste it in, and it'll pop up tangible real property, and boom, it'll give me the property address there. So that's pretty cool. And it'll give you some info on that. Now you can go through the public records for other things too. It gets a little more difficult, but like that's pretty easy to do. Raquel says, what about non-disclosure states? Non-disclosure states have nothing to do with probates. Non-disclosure states have to do on the price of a property selling. So I think you're confused on what a non-disclosure state is. Non-disclosure states, they don't disclose the sold price on the MLS, not the sold price, not the information. That they can't, this information actually has to be public. So no. So yeah, it's a private corporation for non-disclosure. So because the MLS technically, so they can do that. They can't do it with the public courts, just so you know that. All right. And so if I want to change this up, so let's kind of make this a little bigger since we're already in here, how do I pull other type of lists, right? I can go here. I can do assignment, bond, certificate. So you can assign contracts and publicly do those. Weird. Shocker, right? There's court papers. Heck, there's even, I don't want to get into it, but like there's death certificates. So I can just search this. And for the past 7 days, it'll actually literally give me death certificates, people that officially died. And a lot of these have to do with probates. So like with this one, so this is going to be technically for Pamela Franklin's death certificate. And that's pretty cool. I mean, not cool, but y'all know what I mean there. Let's go back to document type. Now, oops. All right. Now we can go here. What other categories we got? Easements. Don't care about that. Judgment and liens pretty cool. Mortgage is not really that interesting for us. Restrictions, tax liens, terminations, all this stuff. So if I got to pull the pre-foreclosure list, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go here to list pendant. And this isn't for every property, but I can tell you that list pendants are going to be for most pre-foreclosure. Now, how do I do this? I can go by, so we have a list pendants. So a lot of these sometimes with construction companies and other type of liens, but that list pendants is that court action for the pre-foreclosure. Now, sometimes maybe you owe me money in business disputes and other stuff like that, which isn't that. but like, let's do this one. So these less pendants are actually HOA liens, which are actually pretty cool. But all I got to do is look for a loan company. So shocker, found it. Pretty easy. So Rocket Mortgage and Quicken Loans. So pretty much Quicken Loans is, I mean, it's a Cavaliers place, right? But like Quicken Loans is basically what happened? Hold up. There we go. All right. Quicken Loans is basically a place that gives mortgages out. It's a bank. So anytime you see Chase Bank, Bank of America, Citibank, usually that's either credit card debt lien list or a mortgage. Now this is pretty simple, but because the case type has a property associated to it, and so let me show you really quick. Since this case type has a case number of property, Frenchman's Landing, and it's got L sub 2 landing PCN. This is a piece of real estate where it looks like John Paul, Barry Paul estate passed away. Oh, snap. This is a probate and a pre-foreclosure at the same time. What? Guys, I impress myself sometimes. My genius outwits myself. I didn't know, actually, all right, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know I was going to pull this today. That's pretty cool. I did a probate and a pre-foreclosure because someone passed away. No one paid the loan, the mortgage. Oh, snap. Let's click that. Let's get some hot information on this. This is getting spicy. I like this. All right. This is money right here. Okay. This is getting me excited. My blood's getting excited. But if my team did not pull this list, because this list got pulled yesterday, if my VAs did not pull this yesterday and we're not calling this person right now, I got to fire some VAs. I'm pretty sure my team pulls it every day. So this one, our team should have already been cold calling it. So it's fine. Or probably skip tracing it now, but whatever. They're not going to be happy that I'm giving this out information, but pretty much since this is a probate, the public information is pretty easy here. And so all I got to look here is Quicken Loans. They do it. So it looks like that Barry Paul passed away and that John Paul Pitts is the PR. And so he's actually the representative for it. And so they are trying to put a lien. Actually, no, they're trying to take the property back from John Paul Pitts, who's probably getting the property, right? And so pretty sad, but oh my gosh, what do I do? So all we got to do is, so it's Rocket Mortgage LLC, pretty much versus the unknown heirs, beneficiaries of his estate. And pretty much, and it looks like there's tenants in the property too, which is very interesting. Okay. So everyone's like, wait, what's the address? So we're going to keep looking here. So the address basically is this. Lot 82, Plot 1, Frenchman's Landing, blah, blah, blah. It gives the address 2567 Bordeaux Court, Palm Beach Gardens. So let's see if that's on the market. 2567 Bordeaux. Yeah, y'all know I speak French. Not really, but pretty much what it is here. So right here, 2567 Bordeaux Court. Boom, boom, boom. Decent property right here too, but like, boom, not on the market. That's a really good lead I just pulled right here, right? Like, this is leads that are just sitting there, guys. Like, it's a double whammy. I like, bruh, this is a pre-foreclosure and a probate. It's like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together for wholesaling deals, right? And it's funny that no guru ever talks about like these type of leads, right? They'll tell you, oh yeah, just buy my course. Oh, just send 5,000 direct mailers out here and, you don't have to worry about anything, right? Come on. It's a good deal right there. But holy moly. I get a lot of deals like that. I didn't know, but this was literally pulled yesterday. So like pretty quick. Like this just happened. And I think y'all got to be going after these leads. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm getting excited. And so let's go here. So pretty much that's the property. So dated the 19th of December. We even have the attorneys doing the lawsuit and everything like there. So beautiful. Money. Oh, I love it. And so I just keep going here. So PHH Mortgage Corporation. And so they are suing this. So let's go here and look at it. Like, guys, when was this filed? Let's look at this. This was, let's look at this. Come on. Is it scrolling? All right. Virginia L. Summers is being sued from a mortgage corporation. This is most likely a pre-foreclosure. I can't get the full information. Let's look at the next one here. So 210 Southwest 17th Street. So let's look at, here. This was since August, but it looks like it got recorded today. So that's weird, but whatever. 210 Southwest 17th Street. And this would be Boynton Beach, Florida. Nice. All right. So look at this. Not on the market. Just sitting there. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, 3.2. The average piece of real estate in Palm Beach County. Let's look at this. Palm Beach median home price. Zillow. The average price in Palm Beach County is $500,000. Wow. All right. $500,000. And we got a property right here. $300,000 in a pre-foreclosure situation. Woo! Woo! Guys, like that's money right there. It literally just got done yesterday at 2:34. Not even 24 hours old, this information. Okay. So your competition most likely hasn't gotten to this yet. And so y'all ask me, like, how do I beat the competition? How to get a leg up on them? Pull this, right? Like, it's great info. And like, I go on and on forever on this, right? Let's pull one more really quick, and then we can go on the next one. I think y'all get the gist of it. But community loan servicing, pretty simple. Wait. Community loan servicing. Let's see here. They're doing a confusing one here, but whatever. What's the address? All I'm just going to search is Elizabeth Scene, and then I can see where she owns it, and then it'll be kind of easier to do from there. And we actually have the parcel ID, so perfect. And that's where it pops up there. Now, I can go back here, right? I can go, and since we're back here, we can search other things. So, for example, I can go after liens. So, people that are behind on just liens. So, there's a lot of liens out here, right? So, for example, this is Lake Worth on Jonathan Cranler. Let's see what this lien's about. Oh, look at this. That's a probate. I know that's a code violation. Look at that. So City of Lake Worth has a code violation lien on this property. That's pretty cool. Whoa. So all I do here is look at this. So it looks like on dumpster, there's trash on the street. There's landscape, tall grass. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is money right here. And so they threw a lien on this property right here, 10 Federal Highway. So that's pretty cool. And 577 a day. So let's see here. Interesting. All right. Yep. Lien signed out. Boom. Yeah, you get liens here. Heck, let's keep going. You can even do power of attorney now. Tax liens, people behind on tax, like people not paying their taxes. You get a lot of stuff right here, right? So guys, this information is actually really simple to pull. Like it's really not that difficult to do for a lot of counties. Now, if this information is not as easy to get for you, I would probably go to the probate clerk of the court, the probate for the county or the clerk of the court, and actually call them up and ask how I can get this information. And they will probably have to walk through. Sometimes you have to go in person to do it, right? So just depends on which one you want to do, but you should be able to pull these pretty easy. So that, guys, is how you pull the pre-foreclosure and the probate list. Let me know if you need help with it, or if you got a place or a certain area you want me to try to pull it. I'll try it. Now, if I can't pull it, you're probably gonna have to call and see how to do it the right way, or you have to go in person for it. But eventually, you'll get the information. Just a quick tip for everyone: the harder it is to pull a list, it's actually better for you in wholesaling because that means less wholesalers can get this information. Okay, I mean, think about it. If I can pull the probate list in under 60 seconds to get amazing info like that, pretty much every wholesaler can. And after thousands of wholesalers are going to be watching this video right now, and they're going to have access to this information too, you want to get something that's a little more difficult to do, right? And so historically, I don't want to say this in any political way, but like the more blue your state's going to be, the harder it is to get this information. And usually the more red the state is of how they voted, usually the easier it's going to be. And this isn't for anything like, that's not like a political statement, but that's what I've seen. So historically, California's been very difficult to pull probate lists and very difficult to actually pull. Arkansas is actually kind of difficult too, to actually pull the public records for things. You can, but it's a lot more difficult. And if I got a state like, I don't know, think of an easy state. I mean, Tennessee's pretty easy. Now, Tennessee can get very difficult too. Tennessee actually, sorry, I take that back. Parts of Tennessee are actually really hard. I would say like, no, I can't even use that one. Say Ohio. Ohio's pretty, like I go to the Montgomery County, boop, 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 get it pretty easy, right? Now I did Lucas County, Ohio. That's pretty easy. And then there's some blue states are actually really easy to do. For example, here, I've actually had a lot of success with the state of New Hampshire. Yeah, I don't want to bring that up too much, but New Hampshire is actually pretty easy for me for doing it pretty good. Georgia's easy too. Some are harder, some are easier, but sometimes you go in person, right?